Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's October and that means lots of cute squash in the market. In this video, I'll share how I painted this unique delicata squash. I hope you enjoy. I picked up this squash from my favorite flower shop. It has such rich golden orange color with lots of bumpy and uniform texture that add interest to it. It also has an interesting stem with an irregular stripe pattern of white and green. We won't paint it realistically, so don't worry about every small detail. I think this squash could make a good object for experimenting and learning how to use different values of color to create shape instead of making outline or using all the colors. I'm painting on a 100% cellulose paper again, just to be on the same page with most of you guys. But if you want to paint on a better paper, such as a cotton paper, I would highly encourage you to do so. As usual, I start by drawing a simple shape of the squash. Then I'm spraying my palette so it will be easier for me to pick up my pigments. I'm mixing lemon with golden and then diluting it with water, trying to come up with the lightest yellow color that I could notice on the squash skin. Once I achieve it, I spread the mix on the paper, filling the area that's supposed to be the skin. I also add water on my paper to make the color even lighter, at the same time making sure that the area stays wet, so later I could add more pigment smoothly without any hard edge. I'm adding more golden to the mix, applying it to the areas I see darker based on the reference. The pigments will move and spread, but it's okay. After this, I'll lift up some of them. In general, despite painting loosely, I'm still pretty cautious not to lose the lightest part of the object. That's why you will see I'm darkening my object little by little and keep lifting out pigments here and there. Now I'm adding the green mix, consists of green and a bit of sepia. I'm sprinkling water to add texture on the skin because as you can see it isn't smooth. Next I add more pigment to my golden mix, then applying it to the ribs. I sprinkle some water on the skin, then with the water I wet the stem and letting the color from the skin flows there. Because of the skin of this squash is so rich in texture, it's not a problem to work with so many brush marks here. As you can see, I keep adding more and more pigments on the ribs as well as in some areas. Another reason for it is that because here I'm using a cellulose paper which has a tendency not retaining the pigment well, instead it absorbs the pigment. Therefore, I need to add more to get the saturation I want. Using the green mix I've before, I'm applying more pigment on the blossom end as well as on the skin, and then I start working on the stem. I'm creating a red-brown color mix of Venetian, burnt sienna, and raw sienna, then randomly dabbing it on the skin for creating small marks. If you pay attention, the green and the red brownie dots on the squash skin are blurry. That's the reason I execute them now instead of waiting until the end of the painting, because I want them to mix and mingle together seamlessly with the golden color. I try to get the whiteness of my paper back using a damp brush, water, and tissue, but working with cellulose paper won't likely give you that result. Once the pigment is dry, it's impossible to leave it out without breaking your paper. So I'm going to use an opaque white pigment instead. I'm adding a tiny bit of yellow pigment to the opaque white so it will look more natural. Then I'm applying it to the skin, following the reference and also randomly. I add a bit of golden orange in some edge of the white mark to create an illusion of bumpiness of the area around it. I hold myself not to do it in every white mark to stay in a loose style. And it's done. Thank you very much for joining me till the end. I hope this tutorial could benefit you. Please don't forget to tag me on Instagram at @byadriani when you give it a try, and join the Facebook group Fascinated by Watercolor to learn more about watercolor and connect with others. I'll be very happy to see how your Delicata squash looks like. Happy painting!